morning, everyone.
Good
Welcome,
morning.
welcome. We're heading towards the end of the week, so happy Thursday. Nice to see everyone this morning. All right, I think we'll get started.
Yeah, great.
So yes, good morning. Welcome to our Thursday morning Mind the Moment gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I am delighted, as always, to be here on Thursdays with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Suzanne. And I, too, am delighted to be here with you, as always, on Thursday morning and with this community.
Yeah, it's so nice to see everyone this morning and to be together and to round off our week with practicing together. So as we always do, we'll start off with a question for the group, and then Tara will lead us in at least a 12-minute guided practice, and as guided as well as some silent time for folks that are new to get you used to that way of practicing. And then after that, we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen and open up your chat, and then at the bottom of that window, you'll see a blue drop-down menu, and that says hosts and panelists. And if you click on that, choose everyone, then your comments will be shared with the group. All right. So, and if anybody has any questions in the beginning or before we start, you're welcome to type them in. So if anything comes to mind, just type it in the chat whenever you think of it. So, okay, Tara, so what question did you want to start us off with this morning?
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, and I may have asked this question or I may not have in the past. If I did, it's been a while, but it's a question that tends to make me smile. So I thought I would ask this morning. So what is one quality or your favorite quality that someone in your life possesses? So what is one of your favorite things about someone in your life? And Suzanne will put that question right in the, yeah, somebody's already come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so think about it. Could be a family member, it could be somebody in your friend group or in your professional world, but what is what's a quality that you really admire, that you love in somebody who you know who's in your life? And while people are thinking about it, Suzanne, how about you?
Yeah, well, what Loretta's shared is exactly mine. A friend of mine that just has just this amazingly silly way to make me laugh, and just to like a burst out laughing kind of a laugh that you can't duplicate easily. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's always good to have those kind of folks in our lives, isn't it?
Yeah, no, completely. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Um,
And how about you, Tara?
well, I think the first person that comes to me is my sister, and she's really funny. So that's also a great quality. But she's also an incredible listener. Like, she is really just a solid listener. So I know when I go to her, she's not going to come out of the gate with advice, which is I find so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, just her capacity to kind of hold something with you rather than try and solve it I admire that a lot. Yeah, and I love it.
Yes, absolutely. That is just a really amazing trait.
Yes, yeah,
Mm,
it is.
yeah.
Um,
So what do we have? Makes me smile.
mm,
Patience and a kind way of speaking.
yeah,
My son's ability to maintain friendships over distance and time. Generosity, good storytellers. Yes. Yeah.
And, I think making the connection with practice, I think so many of these qualities are qualities that we cultivate in practice, that we are cultivating the capacity to be generous, to be kind, to be open-hearted. Yeah, even with humor, like I think humor, people that are naturally funny, to me, that is an act of generosity. Because to give that away, even though for the person it's often like second nature, it's just part of who they are, but it's really, to me, it's an act of generosity and such a gift. So, yeah, I mean, these qualities that we admire and that we value are the same things that we are cultivating in our own lives and through these practices.
Yeah. Friend who says, "Okay, spill it."
Yes. Yeah.
Kindness, compassion, trustworthiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I mean, those. There's also an ethical component here too, that the capacity to know that you can trust someone, that you're with another person that is basically, in a sense, one of the things I think about this practice that's so valuable is you're telling other people you're safe with me, that I am not going to be talking about you behind your back. I'm not,
telling other people.
these are this kind of qualities that we are developing through our own practice, through self-understanding, seeing how our minds work, seeing our habit patterns more clearly. And, I was listening yesterday to Dr. Richard Davidson. He was on a podcast, and the woman interviewing him said, well, I know a lot of people who meditate, but then they get in their cars and they're honking the horn and they're yelling in the coffee shop at the person for not, that they're just, and I thought he had a very generous response, which is, our habit patterns are deeply ingrained. Just because you see someone is a meditator doesn't mean they're automatically going to be rid of those habit patterns. The hope is that they are looking at them and they are catching them, maybe in the moment that you don't even know they're catching them, perhaps. But that the depth of our patterns is really not easy to untangle, and it's over time. So I sort of loved that response. I thought it was a generous response. We don't always know what's behind, even though somebody, this person was saying, she just came out of the yoga studio and they did their practice and then meditation at the end, and then somebody's angry and driving crazy or whatever. And it's like, these patterns don't change overnight. They're a lifetime, it's really a lifetime of work. So with that said, we're at 8:40, and that's typically when I like to move into practice. So, 12 to 14 minutes, something like that. It'll be fully guided. So for anybody that's new, but I do have extended periods of, 3 minutes at a time or so where I'm not speaking. But know that I'm still here and I'll be chiming in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and settle in first. So take a posture that you feel will serve you this morning. So if you're tired, I would suggest doing a standing practice. Standing meditation is a legit practice. So either seated or standing, take a moment to just arrive, kind of bringing the mind and the body together, letting go of what has already happened this morning, and releasing anticipation of what's to come. So fully arriving mind and body in this moment and making micro movements so that you're holding yourself in a way that's upright and engaged, but relaxed. So relaxed to the degree that you're able. So upright and engaged, and allow the body to soften, the shoulders to drop. And see if you can surrender your weight into the support of the surface and the ground below. So really feel that sense of being held, that you can surrender in, yet maintain that upright, connected, engaged posture. And go ahead and take a couple deep breaths on your own as a way to just settle in and settle any surface tension. See if you can make the exhalation just a little bit longer than the inhalation. And bringing full awareness to the whole body. Notice what sensations are making themselves known. So, from the activity you've had so far today, you might notice a pulsing or a vibration, temperature, tingling, perhaps aware of the points of contact with the back of the body and the surface that you're on, and literally feeling from the inside what that feels like. What sensations are you aware of in your body? Just receiving them. They might be pleasant or unpleasant. They might be neither. But whatever is there, welcoming it in. And for a moment, let's move from whole body awareness to expand awareness into the room you're in or outside of the room and receiving sound. So, sound that might be occurring inside or outside. And allowing sound to remain as it will in the background. Likely there will be sound arising and passing, and not a problem. So bringing awareness back inward to the whole body. And let's look for an anchor, something that we can return to when we notice that the mind has wandered. And it's could be different today than it was when you practiced last time. So you could use breath sensation. So anywhere in the body that you notice the inhalation and the exhalation most prominently, where it's easiest for you to track internally. So not thinking about the breath, but actually feeling the rise and fall of the breath, wherever in the body you happen to notice it. And alternatively, you could use the palms of your hands resting on your thighs or on a table. And the feeling of that point of contact could be the anchor that you use to help stabilize the wandering mind, giving the mind something to return to and receive the sensation of. You could use the points of contact with the back of the body. And you could also use sound. So if there is a somewhat consistent sound in the background, you can open the field of awareness and track the sound, allowing that to serve as an anchor. So taking a moment to just find what feels like it'll work for you today. And my suggestion would be to stay with that for the remainder of the practice. And using whatever anchor again feels like it's going to be most supportive. And each time the mind wanders away from it and you notice it, you become aware. Allow the body to soften. There's often just a very subtle contraction every time a thought slips in, and usually it's unnoticed. So, as soon as you see that a thought has slipped in, a memory or planning, any kind of narrative, you can simply say, thinking, soften the body, and return to either breath or body sensation, another body sensation, or sound. So, I'll be silent for the next several minutes. And noticing where your mind is, releasing the memory or the planning, soften the body, and return to your anchor. And noticing where the mind is. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our body healthy and strong. And may whatever good comes of our practice be of benefit to all. And as you feel ready, if the eyes were closed, you can open the eyes and take a moment to stretch a little bit, look around the room you're in, just reorient to the space that you're in.
Thank you
So,
so much, Tara.
yeah, thank you, and thanks everybody for joining. So, as always, feel free to share, an observation of how this practice felt for you. Any resources that you've come across that you really like that you want to share. Yeah, or question, of course, question, any kinds of, any question related to your practice that comes up.
Yeah, it's interesting as I look at the qualities
Yeah,
folks have written. There are always qualities that, if you don't find yourself having, that you can aspire to, within your own practice.
yeah,
They're just some really amazing qualities.
yeah, no, definitely. Haven't checked this out, so must do. Healthy Minds. Yes, it's a Dr. Davidson. Yeah, Colleen, that's a really good one. And in fact, he was just interviewed on a podcast that is called Breakdown, and it's by let me see if I can, Maym, and last name is Brliks. Really, really good. What? Anyway, she interviewed him just maybe last week or the week before, but I think it's fantastic. It's one of the best interviews. She's a really, really good questioner. So she asks great questions. It's called The Breakdown, and I can show you. I'll hold up my phone. Can you see that or no? Okay, let me put it.
I can type it in, The Breakdown.
Okay. So it's called Breakdown, and the woman's name it's actually her first name and then Breakdown. So Maym, and last name is Bialliks, Breakdown. And I think she was the person, she used to be on a show called Blossom. And I think she was going to be the host of Alex Trebek's Jeopardy.
Hmm.
She's really super interesting. But I loved this interview, and I've seen Dr. Davidson speak quite a bit actually. But there was something about her questioning. Yeah. So yeah, it's MAYIM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, really,
wonderful.
really good. It's September 14 was the date. And it's worth it just to listen to that. You know, if you don't want to download her podcast.
Hmm. Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being here, Tara, as always.
Thank you.
We'll be back on Tuesday with Abe. Is it Dejan? We pronounce
Abe
it
Dejanay.
Okay.
Abe Dejanay. So what day is he? Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah.
Oh, he is so awesome. I'm just telling everybody, please go on Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Colleen say, yes, she's smart, highly educated. Yes. And funny. Yes.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But Abe is wonderful. So just, if you're able, I would definitely show up on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you all. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. It's nice to be here together this morning, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Okay. See you soon.
Bye.